What's up guys, in here, welcome back to another tutorial. So in the last video we did Cabo Verde. If you didn't do that, you should go do it. So some things while I fly over to the thing. Remember to keep looking back at the video, pause, rewind whenever you need it, because I will misspeak eventually in this video. So just make sure that you don't get the wrong information and you do it correctly. And also, if you think colors are better than the ones that I choose, you can use those colors. You have free will, no one's stopping you, it's your own world. Alright, so now we're going to be doing Mozambique, so fly all the way down to Malawi, Tanzania, over here. Takes absolutely ages to fly, but don't worry, you'll get there eventually. So, the colors that we are going to need for this is green, is white, is red, is yellow, and black, but we already have that by default. And also just throw dark blue in there because we'll do a tiny bit of Eswatini. And that's about it. So now starting at the right side over here by Tanzania, the bottom right corner. Nailed it. Alright, so find this long 4. You're going to go down to the right with a tall 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go to the left on the 4th block. And then you're going to go down 2 more times. You're going to grab green, place it to the left of the 3rd one. Go down connected with the green. And now back to the black line, you're going to place another 3, so it should be a line of 6. Now in line with the top green, you're going to go to the right 2, break the first one with black. And to the right of the bottom of the 6, you're going to go and do the same thing, so that's 2 islands right there. Now you're going to go back to this line, you're going to go down to the left with 2 tall 2s, so 1 and 2. Then you're going to grab green, you're going to go down in this line, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Then you're going to place another 3 and break the first 2. You're going to... I apologize. You're going to connect, then you're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now you're going to grab your black, and you're going to go to the right of this and place a line until it overhangs both sides by 2, like that. It's a long line. Now in line with this green, you're going to place a black to the right of the black, and you're going to go up, make it a little square in that specific area. Now we're going to go all the way up here, and the black above this green, you're going to go to the right 3, break the first 2. You're going to go up 2, break the first one. Another 2 islands right there. If you want to make sure that you did this correct, it should be a 3 block gap in between the top block here and the bottom block there. Now go back down to the bottom of the line. And you're going to go down to the right with a tall 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go down to the left with a tall 3, 1, 2, 3. Now in the middle of this, you're going to go to the left 2 times. You're going to go down 2 times on that last one, and in this middle area, you're going to place 1 more black. Now on the right of the bottom of the 3, you're going to go to the right 1, and then you're going to go down 4 more, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 5 total, so just place a block to make sure it's 5. Now to the right, you're going to go down with a tall 4. You're going to grab green, and in the same line, you're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now to the right of the green, you're going to place a line that overhangs both sides by 2. I'll hover over this real quick. Should look like this. Okay, that should be good. Now you're going to go down to the left with a tall 2, 1, 2. You're going to go down to the right with a long 2, but on the second block, you're going to go down 2 more, like that. Now you're going to go down to the left with a tall 3, and in the middle of the 3, you're going to go to the right 2 more times. And now on the last block, you're going to go down about 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place 2 blocks to make sure that's a line of 6, like that, so you should be good. Now you're going to go down to the right with a tall 3, but in the middle of it, you're going to go to the left one, so it's a Tetris shape. Now at the bottom, you're going to go down with a tall 2. On the second block, you're going to go to the left one, and then you're going to go down about 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place 2 blocks to make sure that it's a line of 6. Now you're going to go down to the right with a tall 2. Now you're going to go down, or sorry, left. You're going to the left. You're going to the left with 3 1s, 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go down with another tall 2, 1, 2. And then you're going to go down with another 1. Now before we continue, place white to the left of the 1, place green to the left of the 2, and place a line to the left, and let's see if we have matched it up and done it correctly. We didn't place a line here before, but yes, it's in the right spot. So if it's at the bottom of that big line of Malawi, then you should be fine. So I'll hover over that part in a moment. So, and yes, as you can see, it's perfectly in line with the green on the other side and the white on the other side, so we have done this correctly. Now we just got to get these lines. And remember, light gray, I forgot that we're going to need that. Light gray signifies black. And the reason we do light gray is because, as you can see, there's a border here, right? And it would be easier to find parts of the border if it was light gray instead of black, and we don't fill it in, as you can see, with like that one right there, because I want to be able to spot these spots of the border. And when we do the countries around it, so as you see, Tanzania, all the stuff that borders it is already done, so we fill it in with black. You can disregard that and do as you please, but I'm just going to do what's easier for me. Anyway, back to this one. You're going to go down to the left with a tall 2. Then you're going to go down to the left with 2 1s, so 1 and 2. Then you're going to go down to the left with a long 2. On the first block, you're going to go down another one. And then to the left of that, you're going to go to the left 2. And then you're going to make this a goldfish, so go down one more in the middle. Like that. Then you're going to go down to the left with 3 1s. 1, 2, and 3. Now, do me a favor, grab white. And underneath the goldfish, go to the left. And actually start also doing the light gray line underneath that, but we'll come back to that. And this, we'll see if we have done this correctly, if I can even place the blocks, thank you. And we have done it correctly. The series continues another day. Now, because we're not going to come back to this part for a while, remember for future reference, this will all be green, and this will all be white. Alright, don't fill it in yet. It's a big country. We got to make sure we do it right. Now go back to the ones. You're going to go down to the left with 2 long 2s, so like that. Then you're going to go down with 4 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. My god. There we go. I'll quickly hover over everything that we've done up until that big line, because then we should have gotten it. Okay, there we go. So it should have it all right. Now back to the 4 1s. You're going to go down to the left with 2 long 3s. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go down with a long 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to go down with a long 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go down with another one. But on the third block, you're going to go down and then left. Then you're going to go down to the left with a 1. Then you're going to go down to the left with a 2, long 2. Then you're going to go down to the left with a long 3. I'll hover over that because that was confusing. There we go. Should look like that. Now you're going to go down to the left with 4 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go down to the left with a long 2 and then a 1. Then you're going to go down with a tall 2. To the left of that last block, you're going to go left and then down 2 more. And then you're going to go down with a long 2, and on the second block, you're going to go down 1. Then you're going to go down with 4 more 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hover over this part real quick. Should look like this. Now we're going to go down with a tall 2. Then we're going to go down with a tall 3. But on the third block, we're going to go to the left 2 more. We're going to go up on that block. Then we're going to go up to the left diagonally, like that. Now back to this long 3. We're going to add 2 more and make sure that it's 5 long. Alright, and now do me a favor. Place red in these 2 spots. And even go up. And grab light gray and just place it like this on top of that. Now what we will do is go over to this white line and we're going to add 1 more to it, so it should be a line of 5. Sorry, should be a line of 5. The green above that should be a line of 5 as well. Okay, then following along, so from this second block here we're going to go down 2. Then from this third block, we're going to go down 3. Then from the next block, we're going to go down until it overhangs the other one by 2. We're going to fill in that gap. And now this one should also just be like this, overhanging by 2. So it should look like that. All right. Just copy the white exactly like that. Now this gray, make sure it's only 2 long. And place red to the left of all of these blocks. Like that. Because now, we haven't done it in a while, since God knows how long, but we're going to be doing a triangle, so we have to connect that point to that point, that point to that point. So let's try to do that. So go up to the top here, this red right here. You're going to go down under this green with a tall 2. And actually, before we continue, we're going to make our lives easier. So find this spot right here, and with green, go to the left 3, break the first 2. and then do this 3 more times. So place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now to the left of that, place 2 red, break the first one, and we're just going to connect these points up. So go back up to this one, go down to the right with a 1, go down to the right with 2 tall 2s, 1 and 2, go down with a 1, and then a tall 2, and then a 1, and then it should be 2 tall 2s, 1 and 2. So we have done it right. I'll hover over this. So just make sure that you've got that right. Now we'll connect these 2 points up since they're so close. You're going to go down with a tall 2, make that another tall 2, then you're going to go down with the 1, then you're going to go down with 2 tall 2s, and that should be it. Oh, I completely messed that up. There we go. So that tall 2 should be in the green line as well. So that section of the triangle is complete. We will now set up a little bit more precaution blocks so that we can do this correctly. So find this spot of Malawi, go down 3 with light gray, break the first 2, grab your red, and go to the bottom left with a tall 2, and go above that with a 1. And with this tall 2, go down to another tall 2, and then a 1. Like that. Now find this, wait, where is it? This one right here. So you should be able to find that. With light gray to the left, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, grab like blue or something, whatever. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and one more time with light gray, place 3, break the first 2. Now, to the left of this, you're going to go to the left 1 time, place a 1. And this should just be 2 tall 2s to connect it. Alright, I know what I did wrong, never mind. So, these placement blocks, move them 1 over. That's my bad. Meaning that this should be 1 over and then it's correct. That's my bad. So just move every single one of those blocks 1 over, except for the black. The black's fine. Now let's connect these 2 points up, and then we'll connect those 2 points up. So find this 1. Go down with 2 tall 2s. Go down with a 1, a tall 2, a 1, and it should be 2 tall 2s. 1 and 2. Alright, there we go. That part's connected. And now let's do the last part. So find this 1. Go down with a tall 2. Go down with a 1, a tall 2. Another tall 2, sorry. A 1, a tall 2, a tall 2, and it should be connected up. So hover over it. Just copy it how you see it, pause if you need to. And now for future reference, this place will be green, white is already done here, and again, everything here will be black, but don't fill it in yet. If you will fill it in, do it with light gray. If you don't care for the border, then just fill it in with black. But I will leave this done, or not filled in until we're done with Madagascar. Why, you ask? Well, no reason. Anyway, back down to this line. We're going to go down to the left with a long 2. My god. We're going to go down to the left with 5 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go down with a tall 2. And then we're going to go down with 6 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my. And there we go. That's what it should look like. We're going to go down to the left with a long 3. And now I definitely lied to you. This is not supposed to be a long 3. And the reason I say that is because you're going to go another additional 2. But underneath both of those 2, you're going to go down an additional 1. You're going to place 2 red underneath the left side here. And you're going to place black down until it overhangs by 1, and then you're going to hug it. And you're going to go down another 2. Place black to the left of the third one. My god. And then go down another 3. So just place like this to make sure. Should be a 1 block gap in between this. And now back up here, find this block right here. Actually, both of these. You're going to go up an additional 1. And now on the left side, you're just going to make a staircase. So it should look like this. Just copy it how you see it. Unless you're blind, then I don't know why you're watching this video. Have fun though. Now, back down to this long line. You're going to go down to the left with a tall 3. And in the middle, you're going to go out 1. At the bottom, you're going to go out 1. To the right. The first one was to the left, this one's to the right. And then you're going to go down with a tall 2. To the right, you're going, on the second block, you're going to go 2 more to the right. You're going to go down, right, and down. So I'll hover over that. Should be able to get that. Now, you're going to go down to the right with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3. On the third block, you're going to go left, down, right. So it should look like that. A thumbs up, almost. Then you're going to go down an additional 2 times on the right. And on both of those blocks that went down, you're going to go to the right one. And then you're going to go down 2 more times. So a thumbs up, thumbs down. Then you're going to go down to the right with a tall 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to go and grab white and place down 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place another 2, but don't break them. Grab yellow. Place another 2. And then you're going to place a black line starting from the bottom of the yellow up until you hit diagonally there. So it should look like this. Now before we do anything, grab white. Place a white line here. Light gray. Place a light gray line there. Remember, this will be a black section, this will be a white section. Now, with a 2 block gap, in line with the light gray, go to the right 2, place 3, break the first 2, I meant to say, but whatever. Now you should have this island, but we're going to extend it. So go down until you are equal with the first white. And at the top, you're going to go to the right, and then up an additional 3. 1, 2, 3. So you should be in line with the top line, and you should be in line with the first white. That's an island. Now, in line with the first yellow, you're going to go to the right 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go up on that last one, to the right, or to the left, actually. And then up an additional 2 times, so it should be a 2 block gap. Yeah, so I'm about to make a mistake here. This long line that you see on the screen right now, it's 1 block too long. So what you're going to do to fix this, because if you make this one change, everything else will be okay. If you do it exactly how you see it on the screen right now, you will have to change a bunch of blocks and lift them up 1. So make this change now. So what you're going to do from the right side, so you see the 4 shape, the right side where 2 blocks poke out, you're going to place white, go down, place 3, break the first 2, and instead of doing the second white block of placing 3 and breaking the first 2, you're going to place 2 and break the first one, and then you're going to place the black line until it overhangs that bottom one by 2. So instead of having it be 2 block gap, white, 2 block gap, white, 2 block gap, it will be 2 block gap, white, 1 block gap, white, 2 block gap. That's what you're going to do. If you make that change, you won't have to fix anything else. Just do that right now. I'll even pop up on the screen how it should look from a top-down view. And yeah, so just make that one change. All right. And then you can break those. And actually, before we continue, grab red. Go all the way back up to this thumbs up. And on the left, you're going to place 2 red. Under that, you're going to place 2 light gray. Like this. We'll do the outline of that in a moment. We just have to get to the other point of red. So now grabbing yellow. In line with this long line, you're going to place 3, break the first 2, and to the right, you're going to place a line of 5, black. And then under that, you're going to place a tall 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then under that, a tall 2, 1, 2. Then under that, a tall 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep saying under that, but it should be diagonal down to the left, but whatever. I'll hover over all this. I'm tired, guys. I'll just hover over until that point. We should be fine. Also, you can break these blue blocks. It really means nothing, because I'm not filling that in yet, but whatever. Go all the way back down to this 4. Now, this spot will be water, so I'm just going to preserve it for now. Go to the left of this block, and go down with a tall 4. Under that block, place 1. And to the right of it, place 1, and go down an additional 2. And now you have an A. But in the middle here, go to the right 1 more, and go down until you overhang the other block by 2, like this. And now this is water, so place it. And you're going to go down to the left with 2 tall 2s, 1 and 2. Then you're going to go down with a 1, and then a tall 2, and then a 1, and then a long 2, and then a 1, and then 2 long 2s, 1 and 2. Now find this 1 again. You're going to go up diagonally to the left, and then you're going to place an additional 2 going to the left, and on the first 2 you're going to place 2 more black blocks going up, and in line with the middle you're going to place 2 black and break the first one, so it should look like that. Alright, we're almost to the bottom of the flag of the country. You're going to go down to the left with 3 long 3s, so 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go down with a long 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to go down with a long 3, 1, 2, 3. On the last 2, you're going to go up an additional 2. Now back going down, you're going to go down with 2 long 2s, 1 and 2. Then you're going to go down with a 1, and then a long 2, and then a 1, and then a long 2, and then a 1. I'll hover over this. And then you're going to go down with, another 2 tall 2s. Then you're going to go down with a 1. Then you're going to go down with a tall 2, but on the bottom one, you're going to go to the left one. Now grab yellow. In line with the 2 here, you're going to go down 3, break the first 2, connect. Now to the right, you're going to place a line that overhangs both sides by 2. On the second block, you're going to go to the right one, and then you're going to go down with a tall 2. Now grab yellow. In line with this tall 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, going down, and then place a black line that overhangs both sides by 2 while also connecting to these 2 up here. And now continuing up, you're going to go in the same line up 2 more, and you're going to go right up like that. So it should be in line with the bottom of this. I'll hover over this entire thing until the A. Actually, I'll go a little bit above the A. Just pause if you need to. Alright, you should have that now. Now we're at the bottom of the country. So do me a favor, grab a yellow. Go to the left, place 3, break the first 2. Place 2, break the first 1. Connect like this. Place 2, break the first 1. And then grab black, place 3, break the first 2. So it should look like this. Now, with this black, you're going to go down and to the left 2, and then down an additional 3. But back in this line, you're going to place until you go overhang that by 2 and connect diagonally. I cannot speak. I try so many things at once. And on the right side, you're going to go down an additional 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So it should be perfectly symmetrical minus that, obviously. Now, this is almost all of what we're going to do for Eswatini. At the in line with the long line, red, under that 2 yellow, under that blue. Looks like Romania, Chad. We could do Eswatini in this video, but I'll save it for the South Africa video. We'll hit South Africa Eswatini in the Lesotho in one. So now in line with this black right here, grab yellow, go up, place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2, connect, place 3, break the first 2. Now go back to this black that we poked up with and place until you overhang by 2. Like that. Now in line with the top yellow, place a red. Above that, place 2 yellow. Under this red, just place red until you hit the top of this, so 3 red total. And then you're going to place 2 black and go to the left 1 on the top. And you're going to place white, and then you're going to place red all the way down. Should look like that. Now you're going to go back up to this yellow. You're going to go above it 1. Then you're going to place blue to the left, and then a black to the left of that. And then you're going to go up to the left with a black diagonally. And now in line with this blue, you're going to go up with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. You're going to go up to the right with another one. Another tall 3. Then you're going to go up to the right with a tall 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now do me a favor, grab yellow, the bottom 2, place yellow, the top 2, place red. And now you know what time it is. We got to connect this point all the way up to that point. You see that red over there above that light gray? We got to connect these. Now we're going to place a few things to make sure that we do this right and a smooth go. So go up to this light gray up here. Actually, no. This light gray down here. And find the third one from right to left. And go up on it. Then you're going to place 3 like this, so it should be this type of gap, and then you're going to place another 2 to the left. And then in line with this light gray right here, you're going to go up with a tall 2, you're going to go up to the right with a tall 2, you're going to go up to the right with a 1, and then up to the right with a tall 2, so it should look like this. Now remember, this is going to be black, but we have it light gray because I already explained it. So you can break those blocks, and you can place red on the left of every single one of these, like this. Now, with white, you're going to overhang the light gray by 1 underneath it. You're going to go down on that last one. Then you're going to go down to the left with a tall 2. Then you're going to go down to the left with a 1, and then another tall 2, and then another 1. And in line, you should be able to hit the white line like this. So that is the easiest part of this done. Place red on the left of every single one of these as well. That is the easy part done. We're going to place 4 safety lines. So the first one is this one right here. I'm just going to use white and green for now. I'll break them later. So to the left of this yellow, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. With green, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and then do that one more time with whatever color you did first. Place 3, break the first 2. All right. And actually, before I continue, I'll hover over this part. Just make sure that you did it right. You should, but you can never be too safe. Anyway, okay. Now the second safety line is in line with this A. So we're going to go to the left in the middle. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Then with another color, place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Then with the first color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Alright. And now the third safety line is in line with this little black right here. That sounds crazy. To the left, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. With the other color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. And back with the first color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now don't place another one, but connect on the left of that. Alright, so it should look like that. You'll see why in a moment. Now, the last one is in line with this right here, this 2. So, go to the left, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Other color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, don't do another one. So it should be like that. Now we will place the reds in line with them. So this one down here at the bottom, place 3 red to the left, break the first 2 and go down on it. And then we're going to go down to the left with the 1. Then we're going to go down to the left with the tall 2, and that should equal us up. Alright. Pointless safety line, but you know, it's mainly to help from here to here. Now this one with the long 2 at the end, go to the left with 3 red, break the first 2. Go down on that red. Go down to the left 1. Go down to the left with 2 tall 2s. 1 and 2, and it should be a 1 and then a tall 2. Like that. Now to the second safety line that we did. Go to the left 2, break the first one, and go up on it. But we're going to go down in the same way that we did before. So go down with a tall 2. Go down with a 1. Go down with 2 tall 2s. 1 and 2, and it should be a 1 to connect us up. There we go. And now the last safety line, which will connect that point and this point. Go to the... Oh, sorry. I looked away. Place 3... Oh my god. Place 3, break the first 2 to the left. And then go down on it. And now go down to the left with a tall 2. Go down to the left with a 1, and then a tall 2. Everywhere but where I wanted to place it. There we go. And then go down with a 1, a tall 2, and a 1. I lied. This one should be a 2, and then a 1 connects us up. So it should look like that. Alright, and now the last part, we're going to go up here. This 1 right here. We're going to go down to the left with 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 1. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 1. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 1. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 tall 2s. 1, 2, and then we're going to go down with a 2 Then we're going to go down with 2 tall 2s and then a 1, and that should connect us up. And it does not, because I'm an idiot. Alright guys, good news. It's not that far back that I messed up. So what I did wrong is I accidentally made this line one too long. So everything has to go up 1 block. So everything, just break the bottom and place 1 up. I'll hover over it in a moment. Just a reminder, if you did the fix that I told you earlier, you don't have to do what I'm telling you to do. You don't have to lift it up by 1, because you would have already fixed the mistake. And theoretically, your diagonal should be alright, mine isn't. So just remember, you don't have to change anything if you listened to me earlier. Alright guys, so I will make sure to put a disclaimer when it happened, but that line was 1 too long. So if you followed the disclaimer and did what I told you to do, you won't have to do anything. But if you didn't do the disclaimer, you will have to move everything 1 up, so I will hover over this. Just make sure that you copy it the way you see it, pause if you need to. And if you already followed the disclaimer, just skip ahead a little bit. You're fine. Just have it look like this. That's my bad entirely. I'm so sorry. Alright, so anyway, now we have done all of the red diagonal. And I'm an idiot, so, but at least I fixed it. The series continues. Now, take red, and in this line with the 4, go up, place 3, break the first 2, connect. And then to the left of that, place a line of black until it overhangs both sides by 2. I'm so sorry, guys. Then you're going to go up to the right. You're going to go up another 2 on that 1 block, and then you're going to place red on the right of that. You're going to go up 2, break the first one, up 2, break the first one. Then you're going to go up and place until you overhang by 2, like this. Then in that same line, you're going to place 3 red, break the first 2, connect, and then on the left side of that, place 3, break the first 2, like that. Then, as we keep going up to the left, you're going to place a tall 3 to the right, to the left, sorry. 2 tall 2s, 1 and 2. You're going to go up in that same line, place 3 red, break the first 2, my god. Then you're going to place 2, break the first one, and on the left side of that, place a line until it overhangs both sides by 2. Then you're going to go up to the left with 2 tall 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go up to the left with a tall 3, and going to the left, you're going to place 1 on the top block. I'll hover over it. So 4, 4, by the way, those 2 blocks, and then bang. Alright, and also for future reference, this is going to be yellow. So yellow, white, black, but I'm going to leave that filled in, or not filled in. Black, I'm going to leave that not filled in. White, and then green. Alright, for future reference. Now, anyway, back to this point. We're going to go up to the left with a long 2, and that's it for the rest of, what is that, Zimbabwe and South Africa. But going up to the right now, we're going to go up with a 1, diagonally. A tall 2, my god. There we go. 3 1s, 1, 2, and 3. A tall 2. A 1. I lied, it's going to be 8 more of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 9 in total. Now, do me a favor. On the second one, second one from the top, you're going to place a line of yellow to the left. And under that, you're going to place a line of green. That's for Zimbabwe. Now you're going to go up to the right with a tall 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a red to make sure that's 5. Then you're going to go up to the right with a line of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place 2 yellow to make sure that it's correct. And then you're going to make it a line 1 taller. And then you're going to go to the right 2 on that same block. Now do me a favor here. Go down to the right of this line with the yellow. Go down to the right again. Go down to the right with a tall 2. Go down to the right with a 1. My god, there we go. Go down with another tall 2. Go down with another 1. My god. And then go down to the right with 2 tall 2s. I know we're daring today. Then you're going to go down to the right with a 1. And then a tall 2. And then a 1. And then a tall 2. And then another tall 2. We're really daring. So in total, it should be a 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. And now on the last 2 here, you're going to go up and make it a 3. I know, we're really daring. We're breaking boundaries. In that same line, you're going to go up with 3 red, break the first 2. You're going to go up with another 2, break the first one. And in this line right here, you're going to place a line of yellow until it overhangs the red by 2. In that same line, you're going to place 3 red, break the first 2, and connect. And now from this yellow, you're going to go up until it overhangs that by 2. Alright, look at that. So far, so good. If you can't tell, we're making a star. Now, in that same line, you're going to place 3 red, break the first 2, place 2, break the first one. Now with this yellow, you're going to go until you overhang that by 2. Wow. And that's all we're going to... Actually, no, we're going to do a little bit more. You're going to go up on top of that with 3 red. And don't break any, it's just 3 red. To the top left of that, you're going to place a yellow. And you're going to go to the left 2 more times. 1, 2. Then you're going to go up and do another long 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to place a black to the left of that, so we're back to this line. And then you're going to go up, place a white to the right of that. Alright? And place a light gray to the right of that. Place 4 white to the right of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Under that, place a line of light gray until it's 3 of it. Then place white to the right of that. And remember, light gray is a placeholder for black. This part of the flag, I will fill in with black only when we're done, because I need to make sure of some things. Speaking of some things, in this line of the yellow, place a line of yellow. Above that, place a line of red. Alright, sick. Now, above this white, you're going to place a black. You're going to go up to the right with a tall 2. Then you're going to go up to the right with a tall 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to go up to the right with a tall 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a red to the left to make sure that's 5. Now, underneath this 5, you're going to place 2 white. 1, 2. Under that, you're going to place a light gray. Under that, you're going to place a white to the left and to the right of that. You're going to also place another white. You're going to go down to the right with a tall 3, so it should connect up with the previous line here. And you can fill in the middle here. So it should look like that. Now back up to this 5, you're going to go up to the left with a long 2. 1, 2. You're going to go up on that second block 2 more times. You're going to go up to the left with a tall 2. 1, 2. Now, in line with the top of this 3, you're going to go to the left with red. Above that, you're going to place light gray because it's black, but placeholder, so you know. Now, with this tall 2, you're going to go up to the right with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go up to the right with another tall 2. Then you're going to go up to the left with a 1. Then you're going to go up to the left with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go up to the right with a long 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go up on that last block 2 more times. Like this. I will hover over this real quick. Just make sure you get it right. I've only made one mistake. I'm so confident of it. And we already fixed it, so, you know. Now we have the tiniest bit to connect up. So now from this point, we're going to go up to the left with tall 2. And before we continue, at the bottom of the tall 2, place a line of light gray. Above that, place a line of red. So remember for Zimbabwe, green, yellow, red, black, red. What's left? Yellow and green, but we'll get there. Now, we're going to do this How was I in range? We're going to do this pattern up here. So to the right, place a long 3, and then 2 up on the last block, so it's the same thing, just a little higher. Now grab red, and to the right, place 3 on the top. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 2, break the first one. Place 3, break the first 2. Grab yellow, and from the middle, you're going to place a line overhanging both sides by 2. That's a little too much. There we go. Alright guys, I messed up, but I cut it out of the video. So just do this shape here. That's fine. But then go down here, and from this tall 3, on top of the white, go to the right with 3 light gray. Place 3 white, making a T shape on the right of that. Place 3 white going up. Place 4 red going up. On the bottom, second bottom red, place 3 white going left, and then a light gray in the corner. So it should look like that. Alright. And now above this red, place a yellow. Then we're going to go up to the right with a tall 2, 2 times. And then a 1. And then a tall 2, and then a 1, and then a tall 2, and then a 1, and then a tall 2, and then a 1, and that should connect us up with the rest of the star. Alright, so now we'll do the border before we come back to this. So find this spot again. In line with it, go up with 3 red, break the first 2. Place 2, break the first one. Grab black again, place 3, break the first one. First 2, sorry. And then to the left of the red, place a line until it connects diagonally with the black. So it should look like that. Now, to the left, go up with a tall 2. To the right, go up with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3. Grab yellow, and in line with the middle of it, place yellow going out to the left. Under that, place red. Back to this tall 3. Go up to the left with a 1. Go up to the right with a tall 2. Go up to the left with a tall 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to the left with a tall 2, and on the second block, go to the right 1. Go up to the right with a 1. Go up to the right with the tall 2. Go to the left 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be 5 blocks long, like this. Go up to the right with 2 ones, to the left, sorry. 1 and 2. Now, in line with the first one, place a line of yellow. Above that, place a line of green. Grab black again. Go up with a long 3 above the green. Grab green, place 3 to the left, break the first 2. And above that, place a line of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, go up with a long 2, a 1, a long 2, and then 3 ones. 1, 2, and 3. Thank the Lord we've done this correctly. So we have done the border of Mozambique. I am so sorry for the mistake that I made, but I did warn you. So now we just got to do the gun and the filling in, and we're done. So I will do this with light gray first, because of course. Now in between this block here, just place a light gray. If you want to do this in black, you can, but I'm just doing this so I can see that I'm doing it right before I fill it in with black. In these 2 blocks, place light gray. Go to the right on the top one. Now go up here with red. In line with this, place 3 red, place a yellow, and then place another 3 red, and then place a light gray, and then go up on that light gray. This yellow you can now break. Now, in line with the last red here, go down 2, go left, down, down, left, down, down, left. So now you should be in line with the second block of the 4 over here. And now go down, left, down, right, so it should be a square. And then the left side, go down, down, left, up, should be a second square. Go to the left on the bottom of it. Go down, right, down, left, left. So you should be now diagonal to this one. In line with the middle of this, you're going to go down another additional 2. So you should connect up diagonally with the previous block right here. And then you can fill in the middle here. So it should look like this. Just copy it. That will be black. So now that you've done it in light gray, you could replace it in black if you want. But we have a little bit more of details to do. And I'll do it all in light gray just to be easier on myself. So go find this corner right here. Go down to the right and go down with a tall 3 of light gray. Go to the right on the bottom and down. Place a white under that. Go down with a light gray. Go down, left, and down to the left. And then on the middle, you're going to go to the right one. Grab white and place a square of white on the left side of that Tetris shape. You're going to go in the middle, still in line with the white. Go down with 4 light gray. You should hit the previous white here. And then on the top 2, you're going to, from the second one, you're going to place a light gray and go up until you hit the previous one. And that's not all. We have to do one more part. Actually, 2 more parts. So in line with this 2, place a square of light gray to the right of it. Place another square under that, and it should connect up. Now place a line of light gray under this first white until you hit the previous light gray that we have placed here. In line with this red, start placing light gray down, so it should be another additional 3. This white right here, go to the left, and then you can just fill in this little spot right here, because that's correct. And you can even fill in this spot right here, because that's correct. Now under this white, grab light gray, place a light gray under that, and go to the left and fill that in with light gray. Find this previous white right here, diagonal to the yellow. And to the right of that, place 3 light gray. Now on this middle one, go up 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you should connect diagonally. And you can fill this all in with light gray. Now, starting from this white, place 4 to the right, under it. Now under the second, which is the middle because the red's there, you're going to go down an additional 2 times. And to make this easier on ourselves, find this red, grab light gray, and go to the right 4 and break the first 3. I know that's weird to say. Then you're going to go up to the left with a tall 2. Then you're going to go up to the left with a tall 3. 1, 2, 3, and you should connect up diagonally. You're going to place from this corner, you're going to place until you hit the yellow, like this, parallel with it. Then you're going to overhang by 2 right next to it, and then you should just be able to connect that diagonally. It should be 3 tall. So it should look like this. I know, pretty confusing. That is my bad. Just copy it how you see it. And so now that we have actually there's one more part of the star to do. Only one. So grab red and in line with the block to the left of this green, place 3 up, break the first 2, and now in line with the green, place 5 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do the same thing right next to it. So that's literally it. Now that we have actually finished this, again, I'm not going to fill in the black parts with black except for the gun to make this easier on myself later, but you can do what you want. So this will be yellow at the bottom, red in the middle, yellow for the star, white in the middle of that, green up there, and white right there as well. I will see you guys when I fill this in. Sorry for messing up. Right, after screwing you over a little bit, we are finally done with Mozambique minus the 2 parts that I'm not doing. And I forgot to mention, but now that we have the final country that this part of Zambia borders, you can finally fill that in with black, if you didn't do that already. So if I ever get this in shot, which we just managed to do, if you want to do a flag map of the world, I showed you how to do at the end of my first video, but remember, use empty maps instead of empty locator maps. Next video, probably going to do Madagascar so I can fill in those parts with black on this country. And after that, I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Send a peace out. See you guys.